Hey everybody, find the boys on Facebook by searching The Longbox, a month in comics, and follow them on Twitter at The Longbox MIC.
Hello and welcome to The Longbox. I'm Doug.
I'm Danny.
And today we get the pleasure of talking about Thor Ragnarok.
Amazing.
Yes.
I loved it so much.
And I hope you guys appreciate this because we could be watching Stranger Things right now.
Yeah.
Like it's the release day of Stranger Things.
Yeah.
But we'll watch that later. Before we get on to Thor Ragnarok, I would like to ask you what you think of the other two Thor movies. Like, where do you stand on Thor?
I'm okay with them. We have this discussion a lot. I don't know if we have on the pod or not. But I like how the first one doesn't do a massive battle scene. I know a lot of people's complaints are the fact that they just go to a town and fuck around for a bit. Mm-hmm. I like that. They just come from Asgard. I'm happy for the world to not be in danger. I'm happy for it to not be low. Yeah, I'm happy for it to not be a fucking city falling down. Yeah. I knew it was leading to the Avengers that was going to be that. Yeah. So to have him to be just protecting a town was absolutely fine for me because I had a real good time with that movie.
Okay.
I was fully amazed at that point that the Marvel Universe was fucking happening. These films were connecting. We've just seen fucking Coulson come from Iron Man 2. He says he's going to Mexico.
Yeah.
Goes to Mexico.
Yeah, you're like, oh my god, this links.
Holy shit. Yeah, and at the end of obviously Iron Man 2 we see the fucking hammer.
Yeah.
Like I can remember fucking creaming in my pants in the cinema like, fuck me, that's Thor's hammer.
Yeah.
Like he's going to Mexico. Yeah, this is happening. We're going to get to see Thor in a minute. Yeah. So I was fully involved in that movie and I loved it. The second one, has its problems. Yeah. But again, I think it does a good job of dressing up Asgard. I think Asgard looks amazing in it. I'm fine with it. I just kind of like it.
Because that's where I stood when I heard that movie was coming out. And I tell you what, those first Marvel movies always had that excuse, didn't they? Where it was like, it doesn't matter what you thought about them. You just went, okay, they're doing the Avengers. This is just a building block. So I always went in with the understanding of it doesn't matter if it's crap.
Right.
None of them are crap.
Yeah.
But I must say that some of them, I feel that only parts of the first Avenger are good. The first half is, and then it's a shame the second act is done in a montage, and then it just happens, and then just ends, sort of thing. You know what I mean? And I feel with Thor, when they pitched Thor, we were very much in a superhero world of like men in tights, capes, saving cats out of trees. That was our impression of what superheroes were.
Yeah.
So when the idea of Thor came about, I was like, okay, this is fine. Get him out of Asgard. Get him on Earth. Get him being a superhero.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted from that film.
Yeah.
Which that film doesn't deliver that at all. But I was pleasantly surprised that I was enjoying all the stuff on Asgard. I was like, this works as a science fiction movie or as a Lord of the Rings style fantasy, but set in space. Like, it's really. So then I was so taken aback by the setup and the mythology and the world that it creates. When it comes to Earth, I was just like, now I've got to hang out with Jane Foster, and I don't think they have the greatest chemistry together.
No.
No. Like you buy her amazement to him because he's an Adonis. He's this crazy good-looking man, but you don't really. I don't get why he's so attracted to her. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't think they've had chemistry together particularly. I love Kat Dennings, of course. Yeah. And Skarsgård is great.
Is it? I don't know what is it.
I think she's phoning it. I think she's phoning it in.
Is she supposed to be more beautiful? Is Jane Foster supposed to be more beautiful? Don't get me wrong. No.
I don't think that matters because I think that
well, I'm just trying to think why is Thor attracted to Jane Foster?
I just think it's because she's helping out.
And she's a scientist.
And she's not crazy like Kat Dennings' character is. What is it? I can't even remember the character. Darcy. Yeah. She's not crazy like that. Like Darcy's too kooky and too forward.
Yeah.
When he meets two women in that town.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
And
so he just falls for that. So we're perfect jumping forward, but so we're perfectly fine with the fact that they're over.
Yeah, absolutely.
A mutual dumping.
Yeah. I'm absolutely fine with that.
Yeah.
And then Thor 2, I think what I'm impressed with Marvel now, and this will go on to Thor Ragnarok, is although I think the Thor franchises are the weakest, it works really well for Avengers because what Thor sets up is the main thread of Avengers 1, and he works well in the Avengers. And financially, they work fine.
Yeah.
So I was expecting Marvel to just rest on their laurels and just make Thor again.
Yeah.
But they didn't in Thor 2. They were like, okay, this is the problem of Phase 1. When doing Phase 2, let's change Thor 2. Let's make it a different film. And So I'm impressed that they did do that. And looking at the elements, I'm like, okay, I would have enjoyed that. Looking at the trailer, I'm like, yeah, I'm down with it. It doesn't really work either, does it? It just doesn't work on the level as the other movies.
No.
It has the villain. Okay, the problem with that one, and it's kind of the problem with Thor 1 as well, is Loki takes centre stage, which is fine in Thor 1 because he is the villain.
Yeah.
Even though the sub-villain is more interesting in my opinion, the Frost Giant leader, I can't remember his name, Loki's real dad.
Yeah.
Like, that stuff was getting interesting, and it just becomes nothing. But Christopher Eccleston as the fucking...
Malekith.
Yeah, Malekith or Malachi, how it's pronounced.
Malekith.
Yeah, that was a great character.
Yeah.
If we got to see it. But just too much screen time taken up with Loki being the sub-character.
Loki, yeah.
And that's always kind of been my issue as well, is bar Ragnarok, we'll get on to... Loki is not particularly my cup of tea. I don't hate him, but I think he's loved too much.
Yeah.
I don't know, 35-year-old...
Loki is part of my problems with Ragnarok. I've not got many problems with Ragnarok. But Loki's part of mine. But we'll get on to that. Yeah.
Because I just feel it's like... I always felt this around comic book shops as well and stuff, and, conventions and stuff. It's just 35-year-old women with 8 cats living at home with just masturbating to their mantelpiece with a picture of Tom Hiddleston one side and Benedict Cumberbatch the other. I'm like, isn't he great? No, he fucking isn't. Well, he's fine. Like, some reason because they're like quirky looking, you think they're gonna fuck you.
Quirky looking in their English.
Yeah,
you fucking love them.
They think you think they're gonna fuck you. Like, no. Like, and it's so weird.
It's because they're a gentleman, Doug.
Yeah, okay.
They're nice in the real world.
Okay. It's just... So, I just remember that Comic-Con when it came out as Loki and called everyone a quim, and everyone was like, he's amazing! I was like, great, he says the word quim, great, best villain ever. Yeah, good, great. Like,
I wish you guys could see Doug's face.
Yeah, so I was just, so I always had that kind of like, arms crossed, you ain't so fucking good sort of thing. So, and, to see Thor 2 kind of, quote unquote, waste a lot of time with him.
Yeah.
And then just, it spins on a dime as well, because it's like the reluctant, like, okay, now he's going to join the good side because you all love him so much, so let's make him an anti-hero. For him just to switch again, which is why I like Ragnarok, because at least he stays good.
Yeah.
By the way, spoilers.
Yeah.
For everyone. So, yeah, to summarise, I did not care for Thor 1 or 2. Don't mind them being around. I don't objectively hate them. I don't think they do anything particularly bad.
I've watched them again.
I just think for their standard... For Marvel standard, they are near the bottom.
Yeah.
Like, I think Ant-Man might join them down there at the bottom 3, I think. Really.
It's hard to rank them. There's more levels to
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult as well, because, like, Iron Man 2 does shit wrong.
Yeah.
Like, that really does shit wrong. But I don't know, because of Rockwell's performance and Downey Jr.'s in it, that maybe I lift it above the other two. Like, if I was, like, if we were listing things that are wrong with all the movies, I'm sure that Iron Man 2 would be the one that we would come up with more stuff.
Yeah.
But I just think it might have more redeeming things as well. Like, yeah. So, yeah. On to Ragnarok. So, I think that I was completely happy for when I was told what Ragnarok was going to be, and we were going to change the tone, and it was going to be this different film. I was like, fine, if you're going to do it with one of them, do it with Thor, because it's broken. If you want to do something different with it, fine, be my guest.
Yeah.
And boy, do they do something different.
Yeah. Well, the director, when we find out this Taika Waititi as well, directing it, like, amazing.
Yeah, but even then, I'm in that situation where I think, is he going to do anything different? Like, is this just his ticket into Hollywood? But no, they let him make a Taika Waititi film.
Yeah.
Mostly to the benefit. Sometimes not. Well, I don't think Taika Waititi ever ruins the film.
No.
I think Marvel structure is my only little qualms of this.
Oh.
Okay, so do you want to get into it? What is...
Yeah.
So, I would describe this movie as... Let's think about this. Flash Gordon meets He-Man. That's how I felt it was. Yeah. Like, it's just this wild, crazy world ride between... We go to several planets. We go on this crazy adventure. We have Thor, who's this... fallible character in this, isn't he? He's a bit of a goof. He's not perfect. I wanted to compare him to like Indiana Jones, but Indiana Jones doesn't have these many. Like, you never laugh at Indiana Jones. He sometimes gets into sticky situations where he's not quite James Bond in, so he can't quite get himself out of. Yeah. But with Thor, he is a bit of a goof, isn't he? Like, he's almost Peter Quill, but I don't know. This is crazier than a Guardians movie? I think
so. Yeah. In parts. Yeah.
Yeah.
In parts of it, I fucking loved it, Doug. I really did enjoy it. There's only some bits that I didn't like about it, but we'll get onto that in a minute. Let's keep loving it for a minute.
Okay, so we start off opening scene. Thor is on some sort of demon planet. It looks like hell.
It has got a name.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
No, I don't know.
The name didn't come up because they're normally doing these sort of movies. But is it Surtar?
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it? That was my first.
I wasn't aware of that character.
No,
but voiced by Clancy Brown, I read.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we, comic book fans love Clancy Brown. He's in everything.
He looked amazing.
Yeah, he looked absolutely great. Yeah.
Big fiery demon.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you've not seen the movie if you're listening to this.
Yeah. And so that scene that sets the tone perfectly because I love him on the chain and he's trying to give Surtar the lecture and then he spins around so he's not facing.
No, Surtar's lecturing him. He's like, hang on, hang on. No, before even as it opens, so we get in the voiceover and you think, oh. I can remember hearing that in the training thing. Who the fuck's he telling the story to?
It's
a skeleton.
Yeah.
He's just talking.
I thought we were going to flash back as well. I didn't realise that was the beginning of the movie.
I thought that Hela had put him in hell.
Yeah. Anyone who's listening to this podcast for the first time, I fucking love it when movies start in the middle. Like I love your Indiana Jones and your James Bonds and things like that, where you are seeing the third act or the conclusion of a film that didn't get made.
Yeah, that you're never going to see.
Yeah, and I felt that kind of feel about this. Like he's halfway through an adventure. Yeah, and I thought that was absolutely great.
So is this the end of his searching for the Infinity Stones adventure, or was this something else?
This was something because he's going there he knows he needs the crown or the headpiece. I can't remember. He does say, doesn't he? So he's done his Infinity Stone search that's come up.
Right.
None. Oh no, he was having dreams. That was it. He's having dreams about Ragnarok, and that's why he's got to check it out. Yeah. So that's why he does that. So from there, he gets the headpiece and goes to Asgard.
Oh, so Surtar tells him that Odin is not in Asgard.
Yeah.
That's why Surtar is growing powerful and is going to get to Asgard.
Yeah. So then he goes to Asgard and confronts Odin.
We get two amazing cameos.
Yeah, 3 amazing cameos.
What's the third?
The guy who plays Thor is Luke Hemsworth.
I was trying to place his face.
Yeah.
I was going to Google it before we got. I completely forgot. So, okay.
So
amazing.
We end up going to Asgard where Odin, who is actually Loki, is watching a Shakespearean play being played out by some actors who is telling the story of brave Loki who died for everyone's sins or whatever, and the 3 actors on stage is Odin is played by Sam Neill, isn't it?
Yeah, fantastic.
And
he's also over-telling the story.
Yes,
he's narrating
the story.
Yeah. As Odin narrates. Did he narrate
the first film?
Yeah,
he does the intro and the outro.
Yeah, amazing.
And then you have Luke Hemsworth playing the part that his brother plays. He's playing Thor. And then Matt Damon.
We have the amazing cameo machine that is Matt Damon playing Loki.
So what do you reckon this is? This is someone was like, Taika's in town. I love that guy. Let's just work with him. Is that why?
I don't know. You've not seen Hunt for the Wilder People?
I've seen like the first hour. I know what the film's about.
Okay, so I was going to say
Sam Neill's in
Hunt for the Wilder People. We also get the other cast member of Hunt for the Wilder People.
Yeah, she's
not the kid.
Yeah,
she's Topaz.
Yeah. The kid, incidentally, has been cast in
Deadpool 2.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So those guys are working.
Yeah. So I don't know. So back to your question, I don't know. Is it just...
Or is it just that Matt Damon does everything? Like, he loves it. Because I remember being a kid and, like, he, like, cameoed in Euro Trip. And I was like, what the fuck is it?
But it's not Taika's in Town, because it was filmed in Australia.
Okay.
So, it was filmed 40 minutes from Chris Hemsworth's house.
Oh,
he was making it home for dinner. Like, they were like, we're going to do a third movie. Let's do it fun, and I want to do it at my place.
Okay.
Okay. So, I don't know.
Yeah, because the film's just full of a bunch of people at game.
Or did they... Maybe they did that bit in America, because did they go to New York for the Doctor Strange stuff?
They must have done. They must have shot that on location.
Yeah, maybe they... they were in New York briefly.
Yeah. Was it just people, or wherever that was it just that, like, Taika's got such a big rep in Hollywood when it's like, okay, now they're doing a Hollywood film. Like, everyone wants it. Because that cast is fantastic, isn't it? And and there's people that have got parts in that movie that they're too big for. Like,
Such as?
What's his name? The guy who plays Dredd.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban's character is quite crap.
Yeah.
Like, I was expecting him to have a meatier role when I heard he was in it.
Yeah.
Like, that could have been played by anyone.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Zerban was just like, yeah, I want in. The fact that Kate Blanchett came on board, when that's not a good role either. We'll get on to my thoughts on that.
Oh, really? Oh,
okay.
Yeah, no, maybe you're right. Maybe they're just maybe Hemsworth and everybody was just sort of spreading the word, and Ruffalo was just like, we're having a shit ton of fun with this movie.
I don't even think that. I think before it was put together, I think people like Hunt for Wilder-People and you know, the other shit he's done, like what we do in the Shadows is amazing. Yeah, I just think maybe they've just become synonymous, and people are like, I want in. If we get to work on a big budget movie with him, this would be great. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that's it.
Or maybe it's Taika. Maybe it's like, I've got some money behind me now. I'm going to get everybody in that I want to start making contacts.
People I like working with.
Yeah. People that I want to work with. I want Kate Blanchett. I want fucking Matt Damon. I don't care if it's for half an hour shooting. We're getting Matt Damon.
So what do you think about Kate Blanchett in the movie?
I loved her.
Her performance is amazing.
Yeah.
Right. And I wish she could have doubled up. All they had to do was paint her costume. She could have. The shame they weren't shooting at the same time, because she could have been Rita Repulsa in Power Rangers as well. Like, she was better than. Not that I blame Elizabeth Banks for her performance, but what she did, I think, was better. My problem is, this movie was not only sold to me by Marvel as this is going to be a fun little quirky Taika Waititi movie, which it was. It was also like, oh, by the way, Hela's the villain, and the stakes are going to be higher than they've ever been before. They were certainly not.
Right.
Like, and that is my problem. So it's not Kate Blanchett. Her character does nothing. And it has the villain problem that every Marvel movie has. Like, so spinning on a little bit, we get to the third act where Thor's fighting Hela, and he has that kind of heart-to-heart with Odin through mind. Yeah. And he's like, but she's taken everything. And then he tells him it's like, she's taken nothing. She's smashed some mosaic. That's all she's fucking done. Like, all you have to do is kill her. Fucking, like...
She has murdered the Asgardian
She
army.
has, yes. But she's already also... That's going to happen whether they leave or not. Yeah. What I mean is this, it's not like... I thought she was going to decimate everyone. Right. This is my understanding. This is what my understanding was. Because Ragnarok in the comics is Armageddon for Norse mythology. Yeah. But it's resurrection as well. Yeah. So the idea in the comics is they all die because of Ragnarok, but then they are all reborn as the same person. Yeah. Okay, and that is the reason. This is clever. This is the reason why on Earth we know who Thor and Loki is through our mythology. We know Loki's a cunt, but Thor doesn't know Loki's a cunt. Yeah. Because they've died and been reborn and they're living the same life again. Yeah. So I thought that was going to be the conclusion of the movie through a gemstone or some sort of Infinity Stone, that he was going to resurrect everyone. But I thought it was going to be one of those movies where she could literally just fucking destroy everyone, kill everyone, Right. But that wasn't the case. That's not what happened. And the stakes were really low. She just bummed about. Yeah. Like, yes, she killed off the army, but that was about it. And she just hung about a bit.
Yeah, she wasn't doing much.
There, as Dan said when we talked about it, she wasn't the villain. She was just the thing that Thor needed to race against time on the junk planet. Like, she was just the reason that Thor needed to complete his task on the junk planet, to get back. Yeah. Like, that could have been anything. It could have been Pompeii. It could have been like, oh shit, I've got this item on the junk planet. I need to get back to Asgard before the volcano blows up. You know what I mean? It could have been anything like that. Like, there was the villain did nothing. And that was my one issue. And it's not this film's fault. It's the Marvel method. It's just the way that Marvel always make their movies.
Yeah, because they would much rather concentrate on you having fun with the heroes, wouldn't they? And it's hard, isn't it?
I just feel like, why not?
Do we continue to complain about their villains, or are we happy that we get movies like Thor Ragnarok?
I'm happy we get movies.
We're having so much fun with Thor and Hulk.
I am happy, but I just think just once, give us the...
Surely they're going to, Doug.
Black Panther.
Surely this one... No. I'm talking
Infinity War. But I also feel like the way that the trailers are going with Black Panther, it might be... Because they feel very Michael B. Jordan heavy.
Yeah, well, in 2 trailers, I think... I think T'Challa's had one line.
Yeah, I've not heard him say anything.
He said fuck all in that first teaser. Yeah. Nothing. Yeah. It was all circus and
Prim.
Yeah. The white guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Needs to be more white guys in that movie.
Well, we've got some diversity in there at least. So let's just get on to actually what we love about Thor Ragnarok. So after we've had the crazy little journey, we go to Asgard, we find out that Odin's missing, we go to Earth, And that's where we bump into Doctor Strange. Don't you love it? We're in a world now. We're like Marvel Universe 10 years on. We can just pop in and see characters for a scene or two.
Yes,
like
that's what I've wanted for 10 years.
It's like a comic book, isn't it?
It's what I've wanted for 10 years. I don't understand why it's not been done like this before.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange really did fuck off that movie.
Yeah.
But I don't care.
Yeah.
He just got Loki out of the way for 10 minutes so we could
have
a
bit of
comedy.
exposition. Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, it slowed it down because you could probably get the exposition done a lot quicker than that. But it was just so much fun to meet a character. Like, we love it when we're reading a 6-parter in a comic and we bump into another character.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what
and they're there for 3 panels and then they're gone again.
Yeah. And again, I always go on about The Watchmen, not a film that everyone loves, but for me, that was the first time we saw a movie where we're in a comic book universe, where, like, more than one superhero exists. And Rorschach's just popping in to see this character, then popping in to see that character, and popping. And I was like, this is what I fucking want from a movie, like multiple characters, and like, you know, it's the prototype to, you know, the Avengers and Justice League, where these characters coexist.
Yeah.
With, you know, different high concept coexisting, and now we're there with the Marvel Universe, and it's absolutely amazing. This isn't an Avengers movie. This is even Civil War, but we get a lot of quote unquote Avengers in this movie.
Yeah.
It's absolutely great. So yeah, we get to have fun with Doctor Strange, which was fun. I thought you were really getting into that role.
Even the Loki gag was great.
Yeah.
So when they get there, Loki falls into a, what do they call that?
Spin ring is what
sling ring is what they,
yeah.
So Loki just falls into one of those, and Doctor Strange's card is left behind. So Thor follows the address to the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah.
And then they have their powwow and then the chat and this and that, and then they find Odin. Or he tells them where Odin's going to be, and then Loki falls back out of the sling ring and shouts that he's been falling for 30 minutes. And that really landed for me. That was a great joke. His delivery was good in that.
Yeah.
I have my problems with Loki in this movie. We'll get to them.
Okay.
But yeah.
He's great there.
He is good. He's great.
Yeah.
But
what
that's
they
not
give
my problem.
him. Yeah, what they give him is the problem. Yeah.
No. We'll get to it now.
Okay. So after that, they go, okay, we're going to go back to... Oh no, after that they go and see Odin, who's in Norway.
Yeah.
Which looks remarkably like green screen.
It is green screen.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We
talked about it. It's reshoots.
We talked about it. It must have been reshoots because originally that was supposed to be in a alleyway in New York.
Hobo Odin, wasn't it?
Yeah, Hobo Odin, they were calling it. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great because there was a couple of cool pictures and I can't wait to see deleted scenes of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they go to Norway and Odin's dying because he's not been...
it's time, I think. Or is it because he's not been on?
No, it's because Loki stripped him of his power inexplicably. Loki stripped him of his power and sent him away.
So he's now being mortal, and you die when you're mortal.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
So he's been slowly dying without the Odin.
So then we find out...
Because in... Which one is it in? Is it the first one or the second one where he has... No, it's the first one. Where he falls into the Odin... What do they call it? The Odin sleep? The Odin rest?
Sleep, yeah.
Something.
Yeah.
So he needs that every now and then.
Yeah.
He's not been having it. He's been fucking stood in the field.
He
He was in a care home for a little while.
Yeah.
And then the care home got ripped down and he turned out...
I wonder if that's the same care home that... No, because that was an insane asylum, I was going to say. Oh, and that's in London. I'll shut the fuck up. I was going to say, Thor 2, Skarsgård's character is locked up for being mental.
Yeah.
But no, that's in London.
Yeah, maybe it's the same care home as...
Is there another care home?
Yeah, let me get to it. Peggy Carter was in.
Oh, yeah,
maybe.
Okay.
I'll have to look into that.
I thought that was a hospital, but yeah, you might be right. Well, yeah, yeah, maybe.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah.
Yes, where were we? So he dies. And because he dies... Before he dies, we find out that Thor was not
sister.
Odin's firstborn.
No.
There was Hela before him. And so she... as soon as Odin dies, she appears. She's released from the underworld.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is she released in Norway? Is it just because she appears wherever Odin dies?
No,
Why does she not appear in Asgard?
I think she may have done, and she has... No, because she doesn't have the power to travel, does she?
No, she just appears.
Yeah, okay. I'll just say that one then.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe because Odin's holding her there.
Yeah.
He's literally linked to wherever she was.
Yeah,
it wasn't explained.
So then she comes out. And
she was supposed she was in hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, so she came back and
now she's the god of death, so I wonder if she was controlling hell. I don't know. I'm reading too much into it. It doesn't really matter, does it? So she comes
This
back.
movie could have been 3 hours long.
Yeah. If you wanted to spend time on the mythology.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi didn't give a fuck about that.
No. She just turns up, breaks Mjolnir, and then
goes, right, I'm going to take Asgard.
Yeah.
So then the Rainbow Bridge takes them up.
Yeah.
Not the Rainbow Bridge, what's the fucking thing called? The Rainbow Bridge is what it's on, what's the teleporting thing called? I don't know,
I can't
Heimdall's
remember.
fucking beam, rainbow beam, takes them all up.
Why can't I remember what it's called? That's bad.
Yeah.
But never mind. So
Yeah,
they're
takes them
teleported back
all-
to Asgard
to-
whilst they're
but
on the
Hela
way.
follows them, and Hela knocks them out of the fucking beam into deep
Yeah.
space, and Hela goes up to Asgard. They end up... Why are we doing the plot this beat for beat? Let's get it through it quickly.
Yeah.
They end up on a junk planet.
Yeah, on Sakaar.
Yeah, on Sakaar. It looks very Star Wars, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like Abrams has directed
I
it.
asked you whether or not we were going to see Beta Ray Bill, and you said in a statue.
And we did.
And we saw a massive Beta Ray Bill head hanging off the side of the Grandmaster's building.
There was one that I didn't see. Did you see the other statue which is alongside him?
I saw it, but I couldn't work out what it was. What was it?
Well, there's 4 faces.
Yeah, so
and I
there's
didn't
Hulk, Beta Ray Bill, and...
Thanos is one of them.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I've been told. Thanos is one of them. And because he's Thanos the Titan, isn't he? So he's made his name by being the champion of Sakaar. Like, how fucking great is that?
That's pretty cool.
That is fucking, like, that makes me so happy.
That is cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and it's done all
So
practical.
who was the fourth face?
I don't know. I was just watching.
Maybe I would have noticed if it was Thanos. I was trying to figure out who the other one was.
Yeah, because they're so like metal and metallic-y. I only worked out Beta Ray Bill. I didn't even see Thor in there.
The Thor's not the Hulk there.
Oh, okay.
Hulk's up there because he's.
Oh, sorry, for Hulk. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. So Beta Ray Bill was the champion. So
yeah.
Did Hulk beat Beta Ray Bill?
Maybe they were retired champions. I don't know. I think we're reading too much into it. They're just Easter eggs.
Yeah, got
it. Yeah, but
again,
so
this film could have been
when
3
you
hours long.
think about Sakaar, do not think the prequels.
This is not World War Hulk.
Yeah, well, don't think World War Hulk, but don't think this is going to look like the prequels where it's all CGI fuckery.
Yeah.
This looks amazing. This is
Yeah.
practical as it can be. Like, the Junkers are just guys in masks. The practical sets.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just fantastic. So we end up with a situation where Thor has to fight as a gladiator, and he ends up fighting Hulk, as you've seen in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
Beat my champion. You can be free. The champion is Hulk.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Whilst we're on that scene, do you know that one of the greatest lines of the film that we saw in the trailer wasn't written by anybody?
No, what's the line?
So he's a friend from work.
Yeah.
Is one of the greatest stories I've ever heard, or one of the nicest stories I've ever heard. So a Make-A-Wish kid visited the set, and they were filming that scene.
Yeah.
And he said he should say, "That's my friend from work." And
that is amazing.
And they fucking loved it, obviously.
Because it's the best line in the film.
Yeah. So that was a Make-A-Wish kid who said he should say, "That's my friend from work." Isn't that amazing?
You should get writing credit. That's amazing.
Yeah, maybe he did. We should have looked out for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just, isn't that just beautiful?
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't think we need to do the plot from now on because
that's fine.
because now we
know
got
what
to,
happens.
yeah, because now we got to the point. But yeah, so we end up with us meeting Hulk.
Yeah.
What did you think about that fight scene?
I thought it was good.
Yeah, I thought it was real good. Yeah.
Because I thought they'd spoiled it all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting.
I don't. It's not the Hulkbuster fight. Obviously, it's not. There's not enough tricks that they can do to make it that.
No, it's a much funner fight.
Yeah, because of the jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not an action scene.
I was not expecting Thor to tap into the Odin Force, I believe it's called. I might be wrong with that. During that fight, I thought that was going to be for the end scene only, like we saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
But no, he gets it then.
Yeah.
He has his moment with Odin on sort of seeing Odin in a vision and then
becoming sparkly.
Yeah.
He gets it a little bit before, isn't it? Because someone like mocks him for his sparkly fingers.
Yeah. So, did you ever think that Mjolnir was the one that cast down the?
No, I was talking to Stem about this yesterday. No, I wasn't unclear what that because surely once when he was removed from it in the first film, how he would still have that power. I mean, like, the film's setting up the idea that he doesn't need the hammer; it's just a crutch sort of thing. But the first film says that he does need the hammer.
I think.
Or is it because the hammer's destroyed, he then sucked in the power?
No, I believe actually the first film doesn't take away the hammer. That takes away all of his because he pretty much dies in the first movie, doesn't he? So Odin strips him as Loki stripped Odin in this movie. Of his power.
Okay.
So maybe it's because Odin's died that he can really get into it.
He's inherited Odin's powers, not Mjolnir's powers. That's what you're saying. Yeah, because I really like the idea of him needing his hammer. Because it's fucking cool.
I think he gets it back. There's been some set pictures of it.
I know. I've been talking about this a lot, the set pictures, but I don't know if that's just a generic weapon. Because the thing is, the one that he's wielding is as they call it in the comics, the ultimate Mjolnir.
Right.
but there is no Ultimate Universe in this, so that it can't be that. So I don't know if it's just a generic hammer that he uses as a weapon, that they're just made out of vibranium or whatever.
Right.
They just designed to look like that as like an Easter egg, rather than it being another Mjolnir. I don't know.
I suppose it can't be. It can't be forged in Asgard.
No, but I don't know. Yeah.
But as we briefly spoke about the other day, though, I think there's going to be a lot of reality bending in Infinity War.
Of course, yeah.
Well, maybe we'll talk a little bit about what we think is going to happen in Infinity War.
At the end, So what I loved about that fight as well, I loved the fact that they did the lullaby. Because I knew that they well, I didn't know. I was like, if they don't do that, they've missed the trick.
What you thought?
Yeah, I thought like that's obviously how you calm down Thor. I didn't think it would. I didn't know that it wouldn't work.
Right.
But I thought that's the joke. Like you have him doing the.
You
do him have the lullaby. I thought that's how he's going to get out of it. Because I was like, how? Because I didn't know how the hell are you going to get out of this.
Yeah.
You're going to get your ass kicked by Hulk.
Yeah.
And then when he did the lullaby, I was like, that's how I wrote that months ago. Like he'd do lullaby and he comes down and turns into Banner there and then.
Yeah.
That's how I thought it'd play out on my head. It doesn't, but I'm really glad that they did the lullaby because number one, it plays out later.
Yeah.
And number two, it's a funny joke. Like of course that's what you try. If he's got an off switch, try the off switch.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. The thing is that fight ends. I was unclear. So Thor ends up on his ass.
Yep.
Hulk goes to smash him. You see from Thor's point of view, he grabs the hand. As Thor's about to kill him basically. Thor puts his hand out and then it cuts, and now they're just hanging out in Hulk's pad. So did they both win? Or?
No. Hulk won.
Hulk won.
That's Hulk knocking Thor out.
But then what? The Master was like, okay, you can keep him around. Like there was no reason for Thor to now be hanging. Like
Thor was just going to battle again.
Okay, but
you only win your freedom if you beat the champion.
Yeah. Okay. So
you beat the champion.
So is he now like co-champion? Does it? Because the fact he was hanging out in Thor's place. Surely
Hulk's room.
Yeah. Sorry, Hulk's room. He should have been chucked back in the dungeon.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's not explained. But he's not. I took it as he's not been killed because it would get him to fight again.
Yeah. Because I thought like maybe they should have done a double knockout.
Maybe there's I don't know if you really want to read into it. Again, as we keep saying, you forgive these things on films that you like.
Yeah.
But if you really want to read into it, the Grandmaster's not an arsehole.
No, he's not actually. He's really likeable actually.
Yeah.
And he's there for entertainment, so he's like, okay, this guy almost killed the Hulk.
Yeah.
Let's
and they clearly know each other.
Let's have co-champions, or like,
let
him hang out in the hot tub with Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so did you like Hulk as this new quote unquote new Hulk, this 2-year-old who can talk and emote? I thought that was great.
Yeah.
I think that we're in a situation where that character needs to evolve somehow.
Yeah.
And you can go too big on that, and they haven't.
I don't know. I say I'm not 100% on him. I'm happy with the Hulk having some intellect. I know a couple of my friends who aren't sort of comic book fans that have only known the Hulk from the movies they've seen so far.
Yeah.
I'm not sure on the Hulk being able to speak. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
What I don't like is the Hulk smiling and the Hulk being
a child,
happy, and like there's almost a bit where he plays with Valkyrie.
Yeah.
That I don't get. Isn't the Hulk? The whole point is the Hulk's angry, isn't he?
Yeah.
When he gets happy, isn't he supposed to turn back into Banner?
Yeah.
I get the lullaby calms him down.
Yeah.
Once he calms down, he's Banner. So he's in the fucking hot tub relaxing.
Yeah.
Why is he not turning into Banner? There is a line that Banner says later on about
being in the driving seat.
Let me try and get this right. I've always thought we had one hand each on the wheel, but this time I felt like I've been locked in the trunk.
Yeah. So but I don't know. There needs to be an explanation for it though within the film.
So should he have gone grey? Is what I'm
saying. I think that makes it too confusing with the film. I think there should have been something on the planet that kept him. Like, this is how I'd have written it, and it doesn't work for the film that they've done because they wanted Banner on that planet.
Yeah.
I'd have had it on that planet, humans cannot breathe. Right? Now, you cannot kill Banner. We've established that. Because as soon as you kill Banner, he'll just turns into the Hulk. Right?
Yeah.
So if you're in a situation where Banner cannot survive on a planet, he would then just stay as the Hulk the whole time. I would have written something in like that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's what they should have done.
Yeah, so it's toxic for humans. It's not toxic for Asgardians because they're stronger. And
Well, they could have still done that, and then when he does become Banner, when he becomes Banner, and then they realise that, he puts a fucking oxygen mask.
Yeah, or no, but I just mean like the Banner stuff can happen off planet, because this is another bit of the film as well. Is I think it loses pace after the Thor fight, like the Hulk fight. Because of the way that the film went, like, it went like Fire Planet. We went to Asgard. We went to Earth. We went to Sakaar. I wanted a couple more. I wanted the pace to keep going. Yeah. But I think we stay on Sakaar a little bit too long.
Yeah.
So
you wanted them to go elsewhere.
So all that post stuff that happens on Sakaar could happen on yet another planet, then go to Asgard, and then you can have the bit where I just said about, Banner on Sakaar. That's the reason he stays. Like,
so
the whole, and then we
change on the Banner on the
so the two of them jump on Valkyrie's ship, and then they end up on another planet, and then they work out what they need to do on the other planet to get to Asgard.
I thought we were going to get a Guardians cameo in between then leaving Sakaar and getting to Asgard.
Yeah, that just
it felt very Guardians.
I would have written a scene where Groot and Rocket are watching the fight. I would have had that as a cameo.
They definitely should have been there. 100%. That would have been a great cameo.
Okay, before we get off to Sakaar, and before this battle, we end up meeting the greatest character in the MCU, don't we? Like, we meet Korg.
Korg, who is mocap Taika Waititi.
Yes.
And he's fucking amazing.
Yes. So this film is loosely based on Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
And Planet Hulk is a very earnest comic book, and it's been animated. If you don't want to read the comic, then it's been animated. You can find it online. It was on Netflix until earlier this year. Right. And it's Hulk has been splashed in space by the Avengers. Well, the Marvel heroes.
Illuminati.
Yeah, because he's too powerful and too evil. He's too much of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So they send him off onto and the idea is they're going to send him to a planet that is uninhabited for him to just live there.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. Anyway, the ship ends up landing on Sakaar, and Hulk battles. It's a similar story, but then it's about him freeing the slaves. It's Gladiator. He ends up freeing the slaves as well, and it's a very earnest kind of film. And Korg is the supporting character in that. He's been there for a while, and helps Hulk. The pair of them are brothers in arms, and they fight their way through. The Korg in this movie is definitely not that, is it?
No.
Like, he's this big rock monster who's got Taika Waititi's Kiwi accent, and is just a pacifist, isn't he?
Yeah, he's amazing.
Yeah, he's just matter of fact and just like.
Oh my god, your hammer pulls off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just amazing.
And kind of just he's not even mocking him, but it just says everything matter of factly. Like, oh, right, okay. You're going to battle the champion. Yeah, you're going to be dead. Yeah.
You're going to die. Like Doug. Is it Doug?
Yeah.
Doug.
Hey, you
Alright,
Doug.
bye Doug too.
Yeah. My favourite bit that we didn't talk about when we came out of the cinema is when Loki comes to talk to Thor in his in his kind of like
astral form.
Astral form. And just Korg runs up to him and is like, piss off, guys.
Oh, he's gone.
Just puts his foot through that. Like, thing is, what you got to think about Korg is it is just Taika Waititi. Like, did they have to clear the jokes? Did they shoot before doing the proper mocap, or did they mocap the whole thing and it was like, Feige, is it cool that we do this? Because at one point there's an improv between him and Chris Hemsworth. And by the way, Chris Hemsworth's comedy in this is brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, he like.
Well, we've been hearing for years how Chris Hemsworth is this comedy genius that doesn't get utilised.
Yeah.
Apparently his comic timing is really good. Yes, it is. We've seen it now.
Yeah.
Why is he not in more comedy?
I mean, I know they're horrible films, but like Ghostbusters, I thought he showed.
Vacation, actually. Yeah, he's pretty good.
I've not seen a Vacation.
He's in it briefly.
Yeah, and like Thor 1, he gets to be the clown. Like, he gets to do something like that, but because he then gets redeemed.
Yeah.
He goes all stoic. He ends the film being a complete character, so he can't be the goof. But in this, they've decided, fuck it.
Yeah.
Make him be the goof. But there is a ad-lib scene where Thor is picking the weapons, and Taika Waititi's Korg is talking to him, and they're ad-libbing it. And there's a bit where they make a joke about Mjolnir pulling him off. Yeah. He's like, your hammer pulls you off.
He's like, oh my god, your hammer pulls you off.
And like, you see that almost, you see Hemsworth almost corpse during it.
Yeah.
But he managed to keep the suit alive. But it's shit like that. Do they show the rushes before animating Korg? or do they just animate Korg? Like,
no, they must have, because that's improv. Because I think it was said. I saw a Chris Hemsworth interview. I think it was on Fallon, and not Fallon, Kimmel. I was getting confused. It was on Kimmel, and he said that was only supposed to be like a line.
Yeah.
Whatever the line may be, and they were just fucking around with the weapons because the arts department went mad on the weapons.
Yeah, and they thought we'd have some fun.
So they just started fucking around with the weapons, and then
because that seems amazing. But what I mean is, do they keep Taika in the mocap suit, then show Feige or whoever has to clear those type of jokes? Feige then clears it, then they animate Korg, or do they complete the whole Korg situation, spend thousands of pounds on it, and then go, is it alright if we make a fucking getting jerked off joke? You know what I mean? Like that's the thing about making a movie with Taika Waititi. So many of the jokes, like, I think they go quite close to the mark on, like, is this acceptable? And I reckon there's some stuff that are left on the cutting room floor.
Yeah.
But I wonder if they had to fully animate it first, or probably not.
Not fully animate it. I bet there was some animation,
So,
there, like a boxy Korg.
Yeah.
You know, sat there, so that I bet Feige laughed his ass off and went, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's a 12A, you can do that shit. Yeah. But yeah, Doug is amazing. Korg is amazing, and like he needs to be one of the Guardians of the Galaxy. In my opinion. Like, because he would fit in that team as well.
Yeah.
Like, because they don't have a Korg on that team. Someone who's so calm. Like
would him and Drax gel well, with the Drax being quite matter of fact?
Well, the thing
I know he wasn't as much in Volume 2.
No, I think because Drax is fucking crazy now.
Yeah.
Like he's lost his stoicness.
Yeah.
And he's laughing, and Drax is a different character now.
Yeah.
I think that if you could definitely have Korg in there, just like being deadpan the whole time. Because the thing about when Drax was deadpan, it was naivety. Like, Korg's isn't naivety.
No.
It's just like almost too smart for the room. Sort of thing. Yeah. He's the best thing about that movie, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I
think so too. He even has a great bit at the end. What's his little mate's name?
I can't remember.
He's like, I stepped on him and I killed him.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's alive, yay!
What was the question again?
Oh, I wish I had time to watch it again before we came to do this. I really wanted to see it again.
But we're like 2 days out from being released. You can't really expect us to see it twice. Okay, what's your problems of Loki?
Okay, I don't like the amount of times he gets redeemed. I think it's fucking ridiculous.
Okay.
So now Loki is now not only partly responsible for both of Thor's parents' deaths.
Yeah.
He's also responsible for millions of human deaths. Partly responsible for the whole Asgardian army, as well as the Warriors 3 deaths.
Yeah.
He's done so much shit. But Thor just keeps on forgiving him and being absolutely fine with it and saying, "Oh, should we do the get help?"
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great scene, and that's what I'm saying.
I tell you what, that I don't mind.
The trouble is, Tom Hiddleston's great.
Yeah.
And
it's just the character's written itself into a hole. Is your problem?
Yeah.
All I'll say,
he just needs to die.
When it comes anything he does in this movie was not deliberate. He didn't deliberately want to kill his dad, so he didn't deliberately release Hela, and he didn't deliberately kill that army. Like, they're mistakes.
Yeah, but he also, in the previous Thor movie, he didn't deliberately get Frida killed either, but he did.
Yeah.
And there was some redemption in the second movie with that, though.
Yeah.
And that's when he was supposed to die.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah, you feel like the penance was his death.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, because that was supposed to be it. That was supposed to be Loki dead.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, people fucking loved him in Avengers, and everybody loves Tom Hiddleston, as they both should. But then that's when we got the final scene of him being revealed as Odin.
Yeah.
But you're happy with it?
I'm only happy with it because I hate the fact they skirt around with it. Like, it's like he just stabs him in the back each time. Like, okay, my thing is this: Loki should be a villain.
Yeah.
Like, and he should go pantomime on it.
Yeah.
Right. He should be the Joker of this fucking franchise. Like, that's how good Tom Hiddleston. They should make him fucking evil. That's what I think. Like, that's how I would like my Loki.
Yeah.
Like, clever. You can't fight them physically.
Yeah.
So he should be the Riddler or the Joker of this franchise. He should be able to fight him, like he did in Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, I was not, when I heard that he was the villain of Avengers, like, fucking kidding me? Like, you got the Red Skull, you got, there's options you got here, and you're gonna go with, this guy. Okay, whatever. But I was quite impressed how they did it. He's the guy that can. He's the god of mischief. He can like turn you against each other. Like, he can do it with smart. So yeah, I think keep him bad. Problem is, everyone loves him too much, so he has to be a hero. But they don't turn him into a hero. But this one, they finally turn him into a hero. So in the others, he's a reluctant hero. In the second one, he's a reluctant hero. It's like, okay, I need to get out of this
because he feels responsible for the.
Well, I just need to get out of this prison. More like
No, I think like he wants to do that because he feels responsible for freedom.
Okay, but yes, okay, but in this situation, he tries to betray Thor. Thor is too smart for it. Yeah. And goes, I knew you were going to do that, but I've kind of used you.
Because you've done it 7 times.
Yeah. And then there's a situation where he can go off and be scot-free and be bad, but he goes, you know what, I'm going to do the right thing. And he does the right thing. Like, it goes out of his way. Yeah. He's not because he has to or because it helps him. He does have that moment where he can become the hero. And it's just like, well, finally, as a franchise, he's now alongside Thor. He is a hero.
Yeah. So is Thanos going to kill him in the first scene of Infinity War? Because that's what I think is going to happen.
Great, I'll be fine with that. Like I said, I'm not his biggest fan. I don't want him joining the Avengers. Like, I think they've been very good at like not fucking the lineup just because people like characters. You know what I mean? Heimdall's another one. Like, I wish Heimdall was, because it's Idris Elba. I wish he was used more.
Yeah, well, we said in the trailers, we kept saying, why the fuck is Heimdall not part of the team at the end? And he kind of is.
Yes, that's it. That's absolutely fine. So in this movie, they have a situation where he builds the Revengers, which is a team he's putting together to save Asgard.
Yep.
And it's him, Valkyrie, the Hulk, Loki.
Yeah.
And then, yes, it essentially becomes Heimdall as well, because they fight alongside. Nice little Easter egg, because the Revengers is actually the Avengers from the Cancerverse. They're the evil Avengers.
Right.
Yeah, and so they just stole that name and used it for this, which I thought was quite cute.
So who's on that team?
It's just the Avengers, but they're evil.
Right.
They're just like, it's kind of like what's the Crime Syndicate in DC.
Right.
It's just a copy of that sort of thing.
Oh, okay.
And so they have they have multiverses in DC.
Right. In
Marvel, there is such thing as the Cancerverse and the Revengers, and I think Michael Bendis wrote about them recently in Guardians Run, like about 3 years ago. Yeah, so that was a nice little Easter egg in
That's
there.
Cool.
Yeah. So you do get Heimdall doing a lot, and but I don't know. I just think you could have done more, like with him.
Yeah. In
this film where everything's free flowing, but again, it's what Taika Waititi's interested in making, and I'm really impressed that Taika was happy to. There's some scenes where I'm like, you're not interested in this, but I'm glad that you did this well.
Yeah.
Like the Doctor Strange stuff. Like, that's not particularly a Taika Waititi-esque type stuff. But you just went, I'll direct that. That's fine. It worked. Like, I'm really impressed at how much he played ball.
Yeah.
And as a reward, he got to go mad on the scenes he got to go mad on.
Instacart.
Yeah. I thought Valkyrie was great.
Yeah.
What's the chick's name? What's the actress? Tessa Thompson. Yeah, she's absolutely great. I remember seeing her years ago in like Veronica Mars, but she's also been in Creed and
my first
Westworld.
Yeah, my first sight of her was Creed. Loved her in Creed, then saw her in Westworld, and knew she was cast in this. So yeah, I was looking forward to
War on Everyone. You said as well.
Oh yeah, she's in War on Everyone, but I'm still not 100% sure who she is in that. Oh, she's the druggy chick.
Yeah.
Right, so she's the chick with a big afro and War on Everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, she's great, and she's great in Westworld.
Yeah.
So she's cool. Is she confirmed for Avengers? Or?
I don't know if she is or not, but the thing is, what I find interesting about that is they didn't make her a love interest. They kind of did. They almost did. There was obviously there's some attraction there, and there's a bit of like, we're equals, and you can. Yeah, they really did fall for each other. There was no kiss at the end, or you never saw them in bed together or anything like that. So I don't know. Is that a cliche now, and that's why they're not doing it?
Potentially.
Yeah. There's no room for it in the film.
No. Well, whilst we're on that, where was Lady Sif?
Yeah, fine. I don't know. She's
apart from filming Blind Spot.
She turns up in Age of Agents of Shield. She's turned up in Agents of Shield, so I don't know if she's on her own adventure. I don't know what.
Like once in like season 1.
Oh,
I think.
okay. I don't know if there was anything hinted at that.
Yeah, I mean, she might turn up again, but not that I've heard of. I've not watched.
She was utterly pointless in the second movie. Like, Dan and I always talk about if you watch, there's certain scenes where there's obviously a love triangle that was written in that film, which is cut out. Yeah. Like, because you can see there's a glare, there's some looks and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, this is set up for something you just don't have time to. Yeah. I just think she's an inconvenience. If they don't want to make her the love interest, then let's not have her about. This is the thing about that.
So do you think? Why do you think Valkyrie's in this? Do you think that was going to be Lady Sif then, at any point, but she can do it because she's now
no, I don't.
Pretty successful TV show.
No, I just think let's just like Jane Foster. I said there's no chemistry. Like, this is the thing about Thor as well, and people are going to disagree with me because they might like it. I have just said that I'm not a big fan of those movies.
Yeah.
The Warriors 3 are not endearing for me. As sidekicks, there's better versions of that. Like, as movie sidekicks go, or a group that hangs out with the hero go, they are real low down.
Yeah.
Like, who cares? I don't remember them or anything. Like, even the Ant-Man
Neither is Thor, apparently.
Neither is Thor what?
Cares
about them. No. And I think Lady Sif is built into that.
Yeah. They're supposed to be like his fucking
boys,
brothers,
and
they're all fucking dying.
But I just think it's like the audience don't care for them, therefore the character doesn't. And they just kind of got swiftly brushed aside. And I think it's just more convenient to make the film that Taika wants to make if Lady Sif is not a jigsaw puzzle in there.
Yeah.
But Valkyrie is amazing.
Valkyrie's amazing.
She's his equal, which is great.
Yeah.
She's not... Although...
It turns out he wanted to be a Valkyrie when he was younger.
Yeah.
It turns out they're all women, so he could have been.
Yeah.
But the Valkyrie weren't around, were they, anyway?
No. I don't know if they
She's the last Valkyrie, isn't she?
Yes.
They were all slain by Hela.
That was a great scene, wasn't it, when they're on the Pegasus flying towards
That
them.
looks like it should be painted on the roof of a fucking chapel.
Mm-hmm.
On the ceiling of a chapel.
Kevin Feige's house should have that on the...
That looked fucking... I want that. I want a poster the size of this room with that on it.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
I just want that. It looked like... Well, it was heaven and hell.
Oh, was she on a dog? Or was she on a dragon? I can't remember.
No, she was on the... I can't remember what the fucking wolf's called.
Yeah,
she was on a wolf.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, okay, cool. But yeah, so she's like... But I like her just being this drunk like, scrapper. Like, she was just, like, looking through, going through scrap yards, being a...
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was a great character.
Yeah, she
did her makeup keep changing? Didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like halfway through, I noticed that she had something different, and I was like, oh.
Yeah. It's just face paint.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. Like the way that she kept. Well, it was just the way she looked. I just love that character. She has the best pratfall ever as well. Like Dan was saying. So there's the moment where she turns up to save Thor.
Oh yeah.
And she just she drunkenly walks out of her ship and just falls off her.
Falls off the side.
Yeah. And it's amazing. Great. There's a better pratfall in that movie, but it's CGI.
What's that?
That's the practical one. The better one is when Banner decides to have his hero moment. He's like, I know what to do.
Oh my god, yeah.
And he just jumps out of the spaceship and it just hits the Rainbow Bridge.
So that is a reference to the Edward Norton Hulk movie.
Which always bugs me, that Edward Norton situation.
Why?
So I explain it. Okay, so it's Edward Norton. He jumps out of the plane. His eyes turn.
Yeah.
Then he hits the tarmac, and there's an Edward Norton shaped hole in the tarmac.
Right.
Then Hulk comes out of it. How did Banner go through the tarmac? Because it's not a Hulk shaped hole. It's a Banner shaped hole. Does he? And we know he doesn't turn green and then big. It kind of happens at the same. Like, how did a human make that hole? It fucking bugs me. So I thought we were going to see the equivalent of that.
Right.
I thought he was going to hit the Rainbow Bridge and then crack, or hit it dead, and then I didn't think they were going to play it as a joke.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the pain was going to be the transformation, and then as he changed, it kind of cracked, sort of thing. Like, I don't know. I thought they were going to do something cool, but what they did was so much fun. But yeah, I thought
he's dead, and then the fucking wolf just pats it to the side, pats his loveless body to the side.
Yeah. But then we get I like the reveal. It almost reminds me of it. So what we have is then the dogs go for the people on the bridge, and then you see him get pulled back, and it's the Hulk, because he's obviously changed behind the dog that we can't see. And it reminds me of the shot in It, where there's a bit where Georgie in the first scene in the remake of It runs away from Pennywise, and obviously what happened was Pennywise arms extended to grab George. Georgie, but that would look stupid. Like that would look like something out of a scary movie. So they shoot it at such an angle that George is is blocking the shot of the extended arms, and you just see Georgie go and hit the deck and then get pulled in.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, I see what happened without being silly.
Yeah, but don't forget that scene is harrowing, Doug, and he's not walking away.
No, he's running.
He's crawling.
Oh yeah, because his
missing
arms,
a fucking arm,
being ripped off.
and that's harrowing, mate.
I know, but the angle is it's a perfect angle.
Yeah,
it's a real perfect angle.
Yeah, use the maimed fucking 5-year-old
as a blocking point, so we don't have to do silly extendo arms. But that's obviously what happened. Yeah. And it's the same with that. It's like we've already seen Hulk to Banner. Let's not do
that. Was good.
Real good.
That was good because he sort of was. There was a fight going on there. He's going back and forth, and at one point he's green and small, and at one point he's sort of white and big, and then it's really back and forth. It looked really cool. And then it ended with him, obviously, as Banner.
Yeah.
Not knowing what the fuck was going on.
Okay, this brings up another point. Okay, so I always talk about the Marvel Universe having different tones, but only in a spectrum. They're either quite funny or really funny.
Yeah.
Like, and maybe, you get to, I don't know, Winter Soldier, which is not very funny. But you know what I mean? Like, they all glue together. And that was the great thing about Avengers, is Joss Whedon was very good at being like, although the tones were slightly different shades of funny, when these characters, that no one had to compromise when they met each other.
Yeah.
Because if one was a kooky, it was written in the script they were kooky, and the characters acted like to it. They reacted to this guy's a bit weird. I think this is the first time we've kind of seen a compromising character when tone change in Bruce Banner. That Bruce, I might go back and watch the others, but I had Age of Ultron on yesterday to check. Bruce Banner is not that character in the other two movies. He's a bit of a clown to match the tone of Ragnarok. He has to compromise what he's done before. Yeah, which I think is a bit of a shame.
Well, so you don't think Thor's doing that as well? Thor is.
I think Thor is, yes, but I think I think that's because the character doesn't work, or that's a horrible thing to say. The films certainly don't. I don't think his character's being utilised enough.
Right.
So they're like, right, we're just going to we're going to do the softest. What's the word? The softest of reboots. You know what I mean? Like, this is now what the character is. Like, let's refocus what it is. And I don't think it contradicts what Thor's been before. We just haven't seen it. Well, I think Banner, we've seen stuff that contradict the way that Banner is in this movie. It's hard, you know what I mean? It's under the surface.
Thor is very serious in Age of Ultron.
Yeah, but he gets I love the lines that he has where, he's asked about the hammer and he's like, yeah, it's all in the weight. Like, that feels like the Thor in this movie. It's almost like it's there, but Whedon never puts the camera on him.
Right.
Whedon's... He's only shooting the stuff that he's doing the sensible stuff. And he does sensible stuff in this movie too, to, build the plot along, and, there's some levity in the character and stuff like that. We're only seeing that in Ultron. It always feels like when the camera's away, he probably is being the goof. I think, where Banner is definitely not... he's a bit of a clown in this. And I understand that you could argue it away that he's kind of fish out of water and a bit...
Fish out of water and a bit sort of drunk because he's been stuck in the hole.
Yeah, I mean, there's ways to talk around it.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, this film needed him to be what he was. Unfortunately, it contradicts.
Depends what they're doing around, doesn't it?
It feels like he's Mark Ruffalo, not Bruce Banner.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And that is... and it's only a major qualm, and I prefer...
It's only a major qualm?
A minor qualm, sorry. Too many beers. Yeah. And as we said, we'd always like them to make a good movie first and worry about the wider universe second.
Yeah.
And so if this is in keeping with the film and it means that this film is singularly good for it, absolutely fine. It's just a shame that it doesn't work both ways.
I don't know. Does it matter? Does it really matter? Can we not... As long as this isn't... It's almost like...
No, it doesn't
The Avengers are the main movies. As long as they work within themselves, does it matter what we do on the side?
No, it doesn't.
Can we have fun with that one?
Of course,
make a serious film. Can we do,
in the same way that it does, like James Bond is different. Like James Bond, you can do this with James Bond and that James Bond and that James Bond, and essentially they're supposed to be the same character. Yeah. And the fact of the matter is, because they're not doing anything continuity wise, like he's not losing his arm, or he's not doing it. He can then just gel back in. He can then just, for the Russos, he can just be stoic again, or whatever you want to call, whatever that performance is. Absolutely fine. In the same way that comics do that, like. you know, I'm writing Detective Comics and I do something with Batman, and you're writing, like Snyder wrote Batman slightly different than anyone had before, where he was writing him like a bit green, you know, a bit unseasoned. While Detective Comics was not writing him like that, or when they were doing Batman and Eternal at the same time, they weren't writing him like that. That's, you know, it's just it's okay. I'm just saying it's just a bit of a shame. It's never happened before in the MCU, so I just kind of wanted to flag it. But yes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because like I said, it's not like he's saying anything that contradicts the universe, or there's nothing that's matter of fact. It's just performance-wise. But I mean, like you said, you can just explain it right. People have goofy days. It's not going to ruin it. It's not going to ruin the films for anyone. I just think it's a comment that needed to be pointed out.
Yeah.
Talking about wider universe, though, I don't know if I brought this up to you at the time. Would you be pissed off if you were Joss Whedon?
You did, yeah.
Yeah, and you make an Age of Ultron, and one of the big problems of Age of Ultron is the fact that they're trying to jam so many things in there. Case in point, the biggest thing they were trying to jam in there was we need to set up Ragnarok, and Thor needs to go on an Infinity Gem quest, and they don't do that in the end. They just write that off in one line. Like, I'd be so annoyed if I was like, okay, because he like, Whedon's gone on record saying he hates that movie. I think it's fine. The more times I watch it, the more I appreciate it. I think it looks better. It looks good. I mean, you know, I there's still a bunch of problems I'll never get over, but I don't hate it as much as I did before. In fact, if I had to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, I'd definitely give that movie a thumbs up.
Yeah.
But that was one of my big problems. Whedon doesn't like the movie. It was one of my big problems as well, that Thor just goes off, and we see a bunch of films that don't serve the purpose of that movie at all. And it doesn't serve the purpose of any movie. It's just a shame. Yeah, it's just a weird like U-turn that they did. Again, I shouldn't complain, because obviously Taika got on board and was just like, that's not the movie I want to make. I want to make this movie, and it's a better movie. Yeah. So we should be okay with that. But it's a shame that.
It's a shame for
Whedon. Yeah.
But I've wanted to talk to you about stuff like this for a while, so I'm glad you brought it up. Why don't you like it too much when they do try and serve other movies? Because I do like it. I want them to do it more. I'm just saying maybe they should handle it better. I don't mind it at all when they try and serve another movie within that movie. I think when it's a universe movie,
I think you can be clever about it. The idea is like, you do it to serve your own movie, but it also serves another movie. I hate when you're watching. It's alright when it's an after credit scene, but with Age of Ultron, you are literally almost watching scenes from another movie. Like, it within the context of that movie, it makes no sense. Like,
it does.
It does. Like Dan always argues it, because it does bring it back. Okay,
yeah.
So
it comes back.
It comes back to the reason that it's the reason that Thor trusts the Vision. Yeah. That is the reason. But if all things being equal, and you didn't have to serve what was going to be Ragnarok, you would do that better. You wouldn't take 3 scenes to do it. You would come up with something that involved the group. Why he came to it. The fact he just goes off and almost has another mini adventure. It's just alien. It's just, that's not how films are.
I don't know. It didn't.
So like, something that I think serves quite well is Iron Man 2, the setup of Romanoff. Okay, that doesn't feel clunky, because she feels part linear of the film.
Yeah.
What is clunky is when we take time off for him to fucking hang out in a donut shop for him to meet Nick Fury. That is clunky, right? That is not in that film. There's nothing for that film.
Yeah.
But Romanoff does something for that film.
Okay.
See the difference there, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we know the worst example. Wonder Woman checking her fucking emails.
That is the worst.
Yeah, okay.
That is the worst. Yeah. But that's handled poorly.
Yeah.
That could have been handled, obviously. And
it didn't need to be done a ton. It doesn't need to be done in that movie. You've already It's called Batman vs Superman. You've already got Wonder Woman there. You don't need to see someone fucking check her emails. Doesn't need to be done. Yeah.
Ridiculous. Whilst I'm still thinking about it, because you just reminded me of it. We've not talked about the fact that for a number of years now, there's been a debate on the internet as to whether or not there are 2 Infinity Gauntlets, because there's one
it's brilliant
in Odin's vault. Is there one left hand? Is there one right hand? Is there this one? Is there that? Hela walks in and goes fake and just pushes it over.
Just gets
it is fucking amazing.
Just like
because I could just see fanboys crying at that, because they spent fucking 9 hours writing internet blog on how that's a left-handed.
He's noticed that Thanos has got the wrong glove, and if it's in the vaults of Asgard, why has Thanos now got it? And yeah.
And why has it not got the stones in it?
And
fake.
Yeah.
Fake. Oh, that one's nice.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, that is absolutely great.
Yeah. What was the other thing she looks at, by the way, and says, "That's nice"?
Isn't it the Tesseract?
No. There's the Tesseract, and then there's something else.
I don't know.
Maybe she doesn't say that's nice, but she just looks.
I'm not very quick on those type of things.
Oh, okay.
What is it that they play with in the first Thor movie? What is it that the ice dudes steal something from? That's what the start of the movie is, that they break into the vault and steal something. What is it?
Yeah, no, it's the icebox thing. Yeah, no, there's that.
And what is it? They steal the Tesseract?
No, they steal the ice box thing. I don't know what it's called. Yeah. The box with the ice thing and fucking freezes shit.
Okay.
I don't know what it's called.
No, okay.
Yeah, no, there's that. There's the Tesseract. There's the fake Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah.
There's something else. The Eye of Agamotto was in it in Thor 1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Agamotto.
But that makes no sense. That's just something we've got to just take as an Easter egg. Because why was it there? Because the Sorcerer Supreme always had that.
Yeah.
So why was it in Asgard for?
Because they didn't expect the universe to get this far. That's why.
Yeah.
So was that?
No. It's the same with the Gauntlet as well.
Maybe maybe there's a slightly longer scene where she flicks that the way as well.
Yeah.
Fake.
Or yeah.
Yeah, but there's.
They were holding it momentarily for the for the Sorcerer Supreme.
Yeah, until they assigned a new one or something.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, fine.
It was getting cleaned in Asgard. I guess. Yeah.
Oh, whilst we're on the Eye of Agamotto, actually, at the end of Doctor Strange, don't they put it back and say, "Oh yeah, we need to be careful with this. Let's put it back." He's wearing it in Thor.
I don't remember, but yeah,
he's definitely wearing it in Thor. But I thought they was like, "Oh yeah, this shouldn't be used. Let's put this back on its little stand thing." Maybe. So yeah, I don't know about that.
This is the great thing. Like, stuff happens. They can easily be explained. These aren't plot holes. These are things that we just don't see the answers to. He could be on a mini adventure why he did need to take it off there, or.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Again,
unlike some characters.
Again, we're forgiving it because we love the movie, but I just thought in my head that maybe he put it on because he knew he had to deal with Thor and Loki.
See, there's a million reasons we can come up with.
He's prepared.
The great thing about Doctor Strange is, unlike some of the characters, because there are some comic book characters in movies where I feel like the only adventures that they have are the ones we see. So, like the Dark Knight trilogy, the only ones of note that character goes through are the ones that we see.
Yeah.
He cleans up a couple of thugs between the movies, but apart from that, we see we have the entire chronicles of that character.
Yeah.
Then you have characters like, obviously, Ben Affleck's Batman, where he's had so much adventures that we don't get to see. And I think that Doctor Strange, because of his job, there's so much of that character that he does stuff that we don't see. So a million reasons why he'd put that on and take that off. Like, he's protecting the Iron Man, on the other hand, I feel like we see everything that Iron Man does. Like, he's not flying over to Afghanistan to stop fucking disputes and blowing up tanks all the time. Like, no, he's just, the only thing we don't see that Iron Man's doing is building suits or, setting up another Avengers.
Well, yeah, because that's apparently all he ever does in between movies.
Yeah. So, that's the type of character that everything we see, everything he does, we see. Which is, I wish they did that with the Spider-Man movies a bit more, and then maybe they are starting to do a bit. Just like, say, Sam Raimi's trilogy, it's almost like he only fought 4 villains.
Yeah.
Where I wish there was just a hint at, like, he was doing stuff in between the movies.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like, oh yeah, I'm taking out bank robbers all the time, apart from these 4 villains. I wish it was just like, you only saw 4 villains, but actually, I've taken out 20.
But back in those days,
I know.
If you thought there was an interesting character for him to have fought, put it in the fucking movie.
Yeah, but there's obviously ones that don't work, that like the Chameleon or something like that. Just like, reference that. Again, as I said at the beginning of this episode, I love it when a movie starts, at the tail end of a story that you never get to see.
Yeah.
And they kind of try to do that in Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Rhino.
Yeah, but he's not with Rhino at the beginning, and then they finish it with.
Let's not talk about that movie. So, any more about this film that you want to say? Korg is the best.
Korg's amazing.
Hulk is good.
Yep.
I must say again, I feel like when it came to the final battle, I was like, this is Marvel bullshit again. We're just fighting on the Rainbow Bridge. This just feels like the first movie. But because Hulk turned up, because Heimdall was there,
and the fight was cool.
I just felt like it was fresh. I felt that was fresher than I thought it could have been. I just thought we were going. I had this fear at one point that we're just going for the motions, and then I was like, actually no, there's more interesting stuff going on here than it was. I mentioned this to Dan when I was sat next to him when it happened. So we got that iconic line that's in the trailer. Where it's like, "What are you the god of again?" And the answer is obviously thunder.
Yeah.
But he brings down lightning. It doesn't answer the question.
Yeah.
Like thunder and lightning are different things.
Yeah.
Like he might as well have just fired. You know what I mean? It doesn't answer the. I don't know if they knew that when they're like. I just think they're being clever because they do it in the trailer as well. Like, what are you the god of again? And then he's like, shh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not thunder though, is it? Like it bugged me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as Dan said, he's the expert on the Norse or god mythology. He was saying that he's technically the god of weather. It's just that people call him the god of thunder because that's fucking cool.
Yeah,
so
that is cool.
Yeah.
Could he be the god of lightning and Mjolnir was the god of thunder?
Could be. I don't know. We're reading too much into it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's wrap this up. We end the film with Asgard getting destroyed.
Yeah. Can we just talk about that very quickly whilst we're wrapping it up?
Yeah.
Did they fuck it up too much? I know it's Ragnarok, but we have, at the end of this movie, from the beginning of this movie to the end of this movie, we've now got a Hulk with no hair, with no hammer, with one eye,
You
with
mean
no
Thor?
dad.
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said Hulk.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Thor. A Thor with fucking no Odin.
Yeah.
No Asgard. No hair. One eye. No hammer.
Yeah.
It is all fucked up.
Yeah. Right. Okay. I feel fresh. I feel real.
It could be real fresh.
But where are they going to go with him? Even if we don't,
I mean, especially if we don't get him another Thor movie.
Well, this is what I was saying.
What's going to happen to Thor? Is he going to be?
Okay.
I mean, I'm more than happy for him to pop up every now and then in other movies, like I say.
I was saying.
Or is he going to fuck off with the Guardians?
That's a possibility because
him and Korg can fuck off with the Guardians.
They're talking about the Guardians changing the guard after the third movie. Like that isn't going to be the lineup in Guardians 4. So, and James Gunn's already setting up what Guardians 4, what that franchise is going to be. They're really like backing the Guardians cosmos. So that's a possibility. But what I will, because I mentioned a fourth movie to Stedman, and he was like, "Why do you think there's going to be a fourth movie? Because there's no Captain America for 4, and there isn't any Iron Man 4. Like that's not in their plans." I just feel like this feels like a fresh start. Like it almost feels like Ragnarok is Thor 1, like this new Thor that they've done. Like the first two was a fail. This is the first of something positive, and I just think they'd be silly not to ride this coattails. I mean, we haven't seen the opening weekend numbers yet, or we don't know what the total gross is, so maybe it might not.
Everybody's loving it.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So yeah, that is why I think there's going to be more of this. On the eye thing, I hated how crappy it looked with the missing eye. Like, obviously you can't see you can't have them with, like, blood and gout, gout. I don't know why they did it, to be honest. I don't see thematically why they, is it to show that he's the new Odin?
Yeah, potentially.
I don't know.
How could they get around it? I was thinking...
The eye patch is fine. Well, we're going to... The thing is, all bets are off, because...
Loki can fucking create a hologram or whatever they call it, a mirage, an illusion.
Yes. We also have the fact that all bets are off on Infinity War. Anyone can die.
Yeah, this sort of so let's wrap this up, or have we just wrapped it up?
Oh no, we'll wrap it up. You can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you were gonna.
Okay. What I was gonna say was, the idea of Asgard being destroyed. I love that only because it's a nice comic book nod.
Yeah.
The story Fear Itself, which is probably my favourite Marvel crossover story. People say it's Civil War. I think it's Fear Itself.
Yeah.
Ends with them, like the Asgardians having to live on Earth.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, okay, we're doing that. That's cool.
Yeah.
But except we're not doing that because they're on an arc to Earth.
Yeah.
And they don't quite make it, do they?
No.
That's in the post-credit scene, which I must say I was a little bit disappointed with the post-credit scene.
I thought we were going to get to see him at least.
Yeah. Just because I was saying this to someone as well, like since this post-credit scene where we got to see Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch, that was just like the best fucking thing. Like physically seeing those two new characters.
Yeah.
I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And then we haven't had one as great as that since.
No. Not
Yeah.
since.
And I just feel like this one should have been. I mean, I know we've seen Thanos twice, but wouldn't it have been cool to see Thanos and his fucking minions or something? Or just his minions.
Yeah, because we know what they look like now.
Yeah, they must have. They must be in the can.
That scene certainly could have fucking been in the can.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it's a nothing post-credit scene. It might as well have just said Infinity War bitches. You know what I mean? Like it's
Do you know what I think
nothing.
is? So, I have seen a moody version of the Infinity War trailer, or Infinity War footage from Comic-Con and D23. And so, for all intents and purposes, that opens with the Guardians flying through rubble.
Yeah.
Wreckage, fucking debris, and then literally Thor smashing on the windscreen.
Yeah.
So I thought this movie was going to end with, as it does, Asgard in rubble.
Yeah.
But Thor being thrown from that explosion of Asgard, and so I then thought, fuck me, the end credit scene is going to be that bit.
Guardians. That's what
I just saw. Guardians. So.
How awesome would that been if they, like, what's the word, Empire Strike Back'd it, where the film ends with Asgard and everyone getting destroyed, and then somehow, like, Infinity War brings them back, you know, like one of the, like, they use the gauntlet at the end to bring Asgard and all the Asgardians back.
Yeah.
But he spends the two Avengers movie being the last Asgardian.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been
Well,
awesome.
I think that is what's going to happen. So this is what I was getting at.
You think that they all
so
get
now
destroyed?
I think the only reason we have seen that end credit scene is because in a minute we're going to get to see the Infinity War trailer, which is going to be Thor floating in rubble.
And
so now we know.
And you think that arc gets destroyed?
Definitely.
The only reason I don't is it just makes no sense not to do it the way we said. Like, how awesome if that was the ending of that movie.
What do you mean?
The ending of Ragnarok. If it was just Hela 1 or... Yeah, Hela, you know, that whole thing gets destroyed and everyone, you know, it just ends with, you know, all the Asgardians dead. It's just weird to have a bit where they're all saved and then kill them instantly. You understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. I'm trying to think what they're going to do then. Why is he in the rubble then? What's he in the rubble of? He's going from there to Earth.
Yeah, it's almost like in Geostorm. Like, we have that situation where we just watched Geostorm, by the way. I was just trying to think of a quick film that I've seen where they do
Jesus, Doug, I was happy.
Yeah, doing a bait and switch. So we end up with, you know, the main character he was going to die in the self-destruct, but he managed to survive, and he gets onto the shuttle, and then he ends up landing, and then he falls down the stairs and dies. Like, that's exactly it. Like, oh my god, you just survived that miraculous thing.
Yeah.
But then we kill you this way instead. Like, that's what killing that, you know, destroying that ship, that's exactly what that would have been.
Would Thanos have any reason to capture that ship? And then Thor fights back and he fucking belts him out.
I just think what you do is you start you start the film as you say, Infinity War starts with him hitting the windshield of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then you find out through exposition that Thor fought him off. Like, he managed to get the Ark away. He sat, you know, I don't know, escape pods or whatever. I don't know, but he managed to he went face to face with Thanos, and you do not want to go face to face with Thanos.
Yeah, because there's also a very brief scene. It's a terrible definition of spoilers, by the way, of Thanos with his hand around Thor's head.
Yes.
It looks like he's crushing his head, and Thor's in a lot of pain. So that could be the same scene.
Yeah. I just don't think I don't see no sense of keeping the Asgardians alive at this movie.
At the end of this movie.
Just to
because this is a fun movie and you don't
kill
everyone. Well, I say you don't kill everyone, but they fucking kill most people.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they killed an army of people. That one, it just feels like there's no consequences to that, does there? No. That's what I mean. I just feel like, although, like you said, there is a death toll in this movie.
Yeah. Fuck them, they signed up for it.
Well, yeah, it just feels like the stakes are not high in this movie. But who cares? It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to pause and take a piss, and then I want to ask you some questions.
Okay.
Okay, so Thor is the 5th comic book movie out this year. I would like you to rank the 5 that have come out. We're going to assume that Justice League is bottom for now.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk about that in a minute because I'm
Okay.
going to make that your next question. But on the assumption that Justice League is the worst of the lot, so that'll be number 6.
The 5. So what have we got?
You got
Wonder Woman.
Logan, Wonder Woman, Guardians of the Galaxy, Spider-Man, and now Thor. And then Justice League will be 6.
Okay.
What is your best film for the comic book movie this year?
Fucking hell.
Put you on the spot. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it's been a good year.
It has. Like, they've all been 4-star movies. Justice League may, let us know.
Yeah, it might be the first 5-star. You're right.
Yeah. So, is it Wonder Woman?
mate.
Is it Wonder Woman the best for you?
No.
Okay. Is it Logan that's the best for you?
No.
Okay. Ragnarok?
Maybe.
Okay. I
Ragnarok
personally,
and
okay, okay, Ragnarok and Spider-Man, okay. I personally had the most fun when I came out of the cinema. The most fun I've had at the cinema was Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But I think, on the landscape of movies, I think I would go Logan, Wonder Woman.
I need to watch Logan again because I think I'm going to love Logan on the second viewing. I think we probably spoke about it on the podcast. I really was wanting. Oh God, I can't remember what movie I compared it to.
Like Unforgiven, or
Yeah. I really wanted like You're Unforgiven. You had No Country for Old Men. I wanted.
Didn't you get that? Did you not?
Sicario. Not as much as I wanted it to be.
Because I was the other way around. I was expecting it. Like he said, I'm making a western. I'm making that type of movie, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
By the time we get to the third act, I'm gonna get my superhero movie, and I never did. So I left the cinema being like, all right. But then I watched it the second time and I knew what it was. I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what I'm there. That's what I'm
I was just
I'm
like,
not
oh
watching
yeah,
the second
fucking
time
hell,
yet.
yeah, this is great. And I know it's on a cheap budget, so maybe I was a little bit like, okay, these powers are a little bit TV-y. You know what I mean? It's not ambitious, but it didn't matter because that's not what it is. A character-driven film. I think objectively, if it wasn't called Logan and you were just watching that movie as an original movie, you would probably say, yeah, that's like a mid-4 movie, mid-4-star movie. The fact that is based on fucking silly, funny comic books.
Yeah.
I think, and it's adapted in that way. It kind of has that Dark Knight thing where it's like maybe it creeps into being a 5-star film.
Yeah.
Because of like it's like, oh, you turn that into like.
Yeah.
You know, if you watch X-Men: The Last Stand or X-Men Origins,
yeah,
and then you went, oh, and then
someone
you made,
went from that to this,
yeah, and you made Logan. You're like, okay, with that handicap, maybe it deserves 5-star.
Okay.
Wonder Woman, obviously, that's going back to making a Richard Donner movie. Like, I think that all shocked us all. Like, I think it has its problems, and that's why it's not a 5-star movie.
Yeah.
But they're minor. They're because it's made in the modern spectrum under a studio that's influenced-ish by.
You finish a film with grey clouds. And
yeah, exactly,
monsters.
exactly. Yeah. But apart from that, that was everything a comic book movie should be.
Yeah.
You know, it's gone back to being optimistic and about heroics. I think it's really, everyone watched that movie and was like, this is a fucking game changer. It's like, no, it changed nothing. They just did what they did in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like, this is fucking, no, they just took stock of what things should be and just kind of, Like, I always said, like, that could be in a box set with Donner's Superman and Burton's Batman. Like, it feels like it's more in keeping with them than what superheroes movies have been since 2000s, I think, So I go with that. Then I think, for me, it's Ragnarok. It's third. Then Spider-Man, then Guardians. Out of the 5. That would be my ranking. Ragnarok, because it was just unbelievably fun. Like, I think that if Ragnarok does well, people are now looking at He-Man and going, can we get that off the ground?
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe even Flash Gordon. I made that comment at the beginning, I made that comparison at the beginning.
You did make that comparison at the beginning, and I...
only because Flash Gordon is that kind of like...
Well, he took a lot of... turns out he loves Flash Gordon.
Oh, really? Okay, so...
And it took a lot of inspiration from that.
Oh, well, because I made the Flash Gordon parallel because it's just a crazy, like, let's go here, let's go there, let's go, and it's Flash going from this planet, which is in keeping in a certain way, and then he gets to another planet where, they're flying Hawkmen, and, like, it's just wacky.
Yeah.
And you never know.
I've never actually seen Flash Gordon.
I only watched it as a kid. You watch the Star Wars and Planet of the Apes and all that kind of thing. So I don't want to comment on how good it is. Yeah. But another film that I saw like that, which is a key thing, which you never know. Like if this does well, people are going to look for a property. Barbarella, which is a.
What the fuck is that?
Barbarella is the female Flash Gordon.
Oh.
It's like when Flash Gordon did well, it's like let's do the female bit, and that is crazier and like what's the word like. The utopia it creates in some of the planets that she visits is like just a trip sort of thing. So, they're the type of movie. So that's the reason I'd say that movie's third for me. Spider-Man, I absolutely love Peter Parker in that movie. Like that's the Peter Parker I wanted. The reason it's not higher is because I think that the bar is set too high by the Raimi movies.
Yeah.
I think, and it can't be the most iconic Spider-Man because it doesn't do the origin. I know we don't want it to do the origin because we've seen that too many times, but by default it can't be the best. Because we love that origin so much, and that was such a fantastical story when we saw that, and this movie doesn't have that. And I think that the action scenes are forgettable in Spider-Man. I love Homecoming, but I do think...
You said that before, but then I thought you changed your mind after watching it again. I thought...
No.
No, you don't think that plane scene is cool?
Oh, yeah. It's not the... Okay, like I said, the bar is set too high. It's not Doc Ock on the train.
Yeah.
Like, that is... Like, the fact it's shot in the dark, like, it bugs me a lot.
Yeah.
And things like that. But, yeah, that film works real well. It's just that the rest is so high. Like, in any other year, that could have been the best... movie of the year. I always say this, like 10 years ago that would have been the best movie of the year.
Yeah.
But now Blockbuster's been brought up to a level. And then Guardians, it's funny as fuck. I just think the others are just better than it.
It's a hard year, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't think I can rank them definitively.
No.
Not without watching them all again.
Which I'm sure you will.
Yeah, Wonder Woman's on my list to watch sort of quite very soon, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably going to watch it together, but I might even watch it again.
Before that. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I just want to see it again. Logan, I just haven't got around to watching again.
I've got the noir cut up there, the one that they made black and white that I want to check out.
Have you not watched it in noir?
No, I haven't seen
the
noir.
You're going to,
Yeah, I think so.
Why?
Why did they make it? Just because... Another excuse to watch that fucking film.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay. It's
Okay.
like the Black and Grey Mad Max. Have you watched that?
No, I haven't.
Why would you?
Well, I think the gimmick, because that was the one that started it, I think they were like, this movie is so visual, this can work without... I think they did it with no sound. No dialogue.
Right.
Like, this movie works with no dialogue. And I think that... I might be wrong, people are probably like, talking out your ass, but I'm sure that was the gimmick.
Right.
Not only is it in black and white, it's no dialogue. And I think... And then when that did well, it was just like, yeah, let's just do it with everything. But I don't know. Okay, let's talk about the sixth one before we move on.
Yeah.
Justice League. You've got it in our game.
Yep.
What are your thoughts about?
I don't know,
Because it's only a few weeks away.
Yeah, it looks a bit of a mess still.
Yeah.
I'm more optimistic the more I see of it.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping they have a bit of fun with it, mate.
Right.
I want them to have a bit of fun. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking this. I watched that trailer and I think the film is going to be flat. I think it's going to be paint by numbers. I think you and I right now could sit down with a bit of paper and write, well, it's going to be this scene, this scene, this scene, this scene, this scene. And it's just going to go through the numbers and it's just going to be boring and it's going to do nothing exciting. And it's just going to be the chore of a movie.
Yeah.
Thing is, I was thinking about this for weeks. I thought that for weeks. And I thought about this yesterday. Why do I think that? Because Zack Snyder has never made that movie. Like, Zack Snyder has never made a boring movie.
No, because Joss Whedon's not involved though. I'm not saying he makes a boring movie, but is he going to make it more paint by numbers?
Yeah. But if you go from wacky, whatever, if you go from a Zack Snyder movie, it's going to take a lot to turn it into the movie that I just described to you.
Yeah.
So I don't know why I think it. So I think that its biggest sin is going to be boring, or it's just going to be unimaginative.
Yeah.
But Zack Snyder has never made an unimaginative movie. He's just made distasteful movies.
Yeah, this time he had the studio on his ass.
Yeah?
Didn't he?
Yeah. So you think...
They would have come down hard on him after PBS, wouldn't they?
And the other thing as well is I know Joss Whedon knows how to make a movie. Like, and I know, this isn't him from scratch. If this was him from scratch, of course, we'd be so excited, we'd be buzzing right now. But... Zack Snyder just seems to miss the point. Like, he's really great at shots and he's really great at set pieces and stuff, but he seems to kind of miss the point of things. Joss Whedon is almost the anti-Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
So hopefully they kind of balance each other out.
Hopefully.
My issue for you, because obviously we're playing this game, is I think critics have already written their reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been thinking that more and more the past couple of days.
So even if it comes out and
super low.
Okay, so the best this movie can be is okay to alright.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Problem is, I think it needs to be amazing for people to change their mind on it. If it's just alright,
and it's not going to be. If it's just alright, it's going to be at 60
exactly,
at most.
Yeah, exactly. Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe people are going to go with expectations so low, so they're like, oh, okay, this didn't offend me as much as I think thought it would. But I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think it's just going to be like, it's going to do a few things that you're like, okay, that's quite good, but it's not going to make people change their mind on what they really think about this movie.
Do you think there's any way it's going to pull all the stops out and they're really hiding shit from us and we're going to get a lantern and we're going to get
okay, so the lantern thing
Superman
is
in a big way?
I don't think you can have a lantern in this day and age. You cannot fucking cast someone as a Green Lantern, shoot it, not have anything leak, and be in the can 2 weeks to go and not.
What about, I think it was the Weekly Planet that came up with the idea of what if it's a CGI lantern and
if it's Adam Sir,
yeah,
then you only need to keep a few people quiet about that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I was saying this again to Stedman yesterday, if you were in that situation, I think if you're DC, you'd probably advertise it. Well, maybe not, because their tracking's so good, isn't it, that they don't need to bring
it to tease it.
Yeah. Like, that would be the gimmick that you're selling on.
Do you think they would have gone back to the original tagline of Unite the Seven, if that was the case?
Yeah.
Although this all-in one is quite...
Well, this is the thing I don't understand.
They keep trying to tease me with it. I don't understand what they mean by all-in.
No.
It's not all-in if it's not all-in.
Yeah.
So is it all-in?
I don't know. My problem is, we're going through the motions and this film's already going to do the Superman reveal.
Yeah.
How is it going to do 2 reveals? I don't know if I've complained about. No, I almost definitely haven't complained about on this podcast. But there was that episode of Game of Thrones recently where they were fighting the White Walkers, and then the dragon came, and that was the big savior, and then his uncle comes, and it's just like, for fuck's sake, you just done the same thing twice.
Yeah.
I think that if they did that in this movie, where it's just like, and Superman comes, and then the Green Lantern comes, it's just like you just fucking whip your dick out twice. You can't. You can't do it that way unless Superman comes early, like he's building the team, and then Superman comes in the end, halfway through the second act, and then Green Lantern comes in the third act. I don't know.
Yeah.
Post credits is the only thing it can be, and even then it will just be the ring.
Yeah, probably.
My concern is this as well. Is when you release the third trailer, you usually show the film in a different light. So I'll give you an example. So trailer 1 was about, okay, Bruce Wayne is putting the team together. That's what it was making the film about. Trailer 2 was about them fighting Steppenwolf. Trailer 3 is about them fighting Steppenwolf. They should have come up with a third. You think this movie is about this, but it's also about this.
Yeah.
And I understand you end up showing more footage that way, but that's usually how you shoot. And I just feel that third trailer really concerned me, because obviously I was trying to ignore all everything that was going on with Zack Snyder, directing it first of all, then not directing it, and then the reshoots and Whedon coming in, which I said is best case scenario. If someone's going to reshoot it and rewrite it, I'd prefer it to be him than Zack.
Yeah.
But so I was trying to ignore all that. I really loved the stuff that came out, from Comic-Con. That was quite fun. And then I really loved that second trailer as well, with the Come Together song. That was really fun. But it's just this third trailer, just I had a sinking feeling. It's just just show me the same shit again and again.
Is there any way that they're not showing us the third act?
I know this is an Edgar Wright rule, which I think is amazing, and I just think it should be a rule everywhere. Edgar Wright never edits third acts into his movies, which I think is genius.
Into his trailers.
Into his trailers.
Yeah,
into his movies.
Correct. He
never writes a third act. No, into his trailers. And I wish that was a rule in Hollywood, that you cannot show anything.
I think it fucking should be.
Yeah.
I think it really should.
Because if there's not enough in your movie that's not in that third act to get me involved, then you're not making your movie correctly. They probably changed their advertising schemes and stuff. They I know they probably show extended scenes. Like Fast and the Furious used to, rather than like cutting trailers. But I just wish that was a surprise that we can like. The Spider-Man was the biggest example, wasn't it? Where we just like we knew that film, but beat for beat because of everything that was released from that. So yeah, maybe there is, because you could argue, well, this bit fits here, but it fits there. But you kind of think that all that red CGI shit, with the Batmobile and
it's gotta be the finale.
That's the finale, and then the second act fight is the one in the tower. Like, that's the way it feels like it plays out to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be wrong. It could be. They could be hiding it all, but I don't think so.
No. Probably not.
But maybe a post-credit scene or something like that might like get us excited. But that isn't going to save the movie, is it?
No.
I don't know, and I don't think there's anything in. Okay, if that can creep out of sixth, I'll be happy, because that means it's better than Guardians of the Galaxy. And if it's better than Guardians of the Galaxy, it's a fucking good movie.
It's not going to be better than
Guardians of the Galaxy. Like if it, if it creeps out off the bottom of that list.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we wrap up, I just want to actually turn this podcast into comics.
Yeah.
Because it's been a long time since we talked about comics. It wrapped about a month ago. I just read this storyline called War of Jokes and Riddles.
Yep.
It's it's Batman Rebirth.
Yep.
And it's basically what's just happened is, in the last kind of Bane story that wrapped up, Batman got together with Catwoman. So this is a story of Batman telling Catwoman what happened in his second year of being Batman. And so it's quite nice if you were following like New 52, because it's like after the Riddler got arrested for 0 year.
Right.
And it's basically the Joker versus the Riddler, and it's that they get a team of villains each and fight each other, and Batman's kind of got to fucking negotiate this and stop this deal. But the reason I bring it up is because we brought up on this podcast quite a bit. I'm fascinated with the character of the Riddler,
right?
Because it doesn't really work for me, and I think writers have understood this, and they're trying to adapt it and trying to come up with a way to make the Riddler relevant. So the idea of a guy he's that smart, but then would leave clues to his next case. So when there's no logic to that. If you're that smart, why the fuck would you do that? So I think Gotham's tried doing it. They did it in the early 2000s, and Gotham's picked up on this idea that you make him insane, he just can't help himself.
Yeah.
And that's the reason you do it.
You make it a mental disorder.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a name for it, I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, and in Gotham they kind of do that quite well. So why the fuck am I doing this? This is annoying. But there's been other ways around it, sort of thing. Like there's this, doing it like Saw, I suppose, is one thing where you're setting riddles or you die. The one that I liked is Earth 1 Volume 2.
Mm.
What they did in that was he was a terrorist, or he seemed to be a terrorist, where he was setting traps, Saw style traps, where you're stuck in a lift and you've got to solve the riddle, or the lift blows up, or drops, and you get killed, and he sets up several of these. And I thought that was quite a clever way to do it, especially as the reveal is he's not a terrorist at all, he's an assassin. There's only one person in each trap. There's a group of people, he's trying to kill one person.
Yeah, the way you don't make it look suspicious.
Yeah, exactly.
You kill other people with
them.
Yeah,
exactly. And then you can't find a pattern, because a dozen people died in each one. I thought that was cool. So the Riddler's just a character that this guy creates so he can kill people.
Yeah.
I thought that was real clever. The way they do it in Jokes and Riddles is he's almost like Moriarty in the new Sherlock show. He's like an evil Sherlock, where he's just really clever, and he uses riddles to answer your question. So if you ask him a question, he'll tell you the riddle and then tell you the answer, and the answer is the answer to riddle. So he's just talking in kind of code, or in kind of being flamboyant.
Yeah.
And it works really well. So there's kind of a scene where he's asked by the cops. Joker's off killing people. It starts off with Joker's on a random killing spree, and they're trying to get him. So the Gotham PD asked the Riddler to kind of look at the case and see what he's doing. So the Riddler works out what's going on straight away, because he's fucking super smart, and he's like, alright, I'm getting out of here. So he stabs the person to death that's interviewing him, and then walks out into the corridor, and everyone's got a gun on him, and he just starts telling them the names of their children. And he's like, what the fuck? And he just, he just keeps going and tells them their wives and their addresses and stuff like that. So they just let him out. And that's something, he's just the smartest man in the room. So they kind of just played it like that. And then, this is the smart thing, and this is what I'd kind of do in a movie as well, if I was making a Riddler movie. Because I said the concept is dumb, the original. So, over the news report, they're kind of talking about the Riddler. And he's like, well, what he usually does is this, which is the fucking clue thing. But he's not doing that at the moment, sort of thing. This is what the message is that he left, which doesn't seem to be a clue at all, and blah blah. And I thought, okay, that's cool. So you're acknowledging that's his gimmick, but we're not writing a story about his gimmick.
Yeah.
You just, you're being true to the character because that's what he has done, but we're not doing a story where he does that sort of thing. And that's
just cool. So was it good?
Yeah, it's great. It's real great.
I've not read anything for ages. So
I think it's probably about 10 issues long.
Right.
Oh no, probably less than that. And I just feel like Snyder was a real slave to format, where it was like, okay, I've got 6 issues, it's got to be blah, 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 blah. Where I just feel like King gets to be more flowy with it.
Yeah.
So you don't quite know where it ends. He does a lot of epilogues and a lot of preludes, you know, side stories while writing it and stuff like that. And it just so there's a Kite Man story in this, like 2-part Kite Man story, which links in there, but it's the origin of Kite Man and stuff like that, and that does actually play out. It's actually really important, but at the time it just feels like, okay, we're just taking a break from the main story to write a story that fits within what's going on at the moment. It actually plays out. And that's the thing about just the Rebirth, because there's twice a month, they can kind of make their stories a little bit more, I'm not gonna say episodic, but not structured. Like, you can kind of, like, I always felt like, number one, what I love about the Rebirth is you can just pick up a comic after months and not go, where am I in the story? Because they almost feel like they tell, like an episode of EastEnders or something like that, like a soap opera. Like, it's fine. You kind of, they're written in a way
You'll catch up soon.
Yeah, you catch up within the context of it.
Yeah.
And because of that, you never really know, am I at the end of the story that I'm telling you? Is this going to end next issue? Is this going to end in 8 issues time?
Because it's one story you end, but I suppose you're a book into another story or something.
Yeah.
Because it's a constant crossing over of stories and threads.
No, not really like that. Yeah. I mean, I did feel that with when it started, the first 15 episodes of everything was kind of that. I mean, like, it would set up something, then end, and then, it was almost like it set up 3 threads, and then you take the next one on to the next one. And then halfway through that story, something else would happen, which would then bring on the next one. But then this bit would then be 2 issues, and it felt a little bit it felt like after 15 issues of every comic and Rebirth, that was your boom, and then you could start again from there.
Yeah.
But like I've always said to people, it doesn't matter. You can just pick up anything because they're written in a way that you can just pick up a comic. The exposition is there for you to they're not coming up with complex things. They're not mysteries that you need to know. Oh yeah, I missed that from issue 2 or anything like that. They kind of hold your hand through them quite well. It's what a comic used to be.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's my favourite way of writing comics, because I do love the your hushes and your killing not killing jokes, but like it's 0 year, not so much 0 year, but trying to think of some of Snyder stuff that he did. Court of Owls and stuff like that, where it's 6-parter or 12-parter, and everything's integral. That's we talk about TV and stuff like that. I prefer the serials rather than the episodic stuff.
Yeah.
But it is nice that comics have become so accessible again.
Yeah.
And I think DC is coming.
Did they ever make any sense of the 3 Joker thing?
No, not touched on it.
Are they going to, or did they? Are they?
I don't know. I was thinking that when I was reading this, because like I said, this was set Batman year 2.
Right.
So the Joker hasn't hit, is irrelevant at the moment when telling this story. Because like I said, I've always had that problem with the Joker lately, where I'm like, just fucking retire him for 10 years, because I feel overwhelmed with the Joker.
Yeah.
I felt that since Heath Ledger, and now we've got, Jared Leto, and the comics have been almost like every other fucking run was a Joker run.
Yeah.
Even Endgame had to be about Joker, even though every time they do it, I enjoy it, but I just feel like you got other villains, can you get on with it? But because this wasn't a continuation, this was a prequel, it felt okay. It didn't feel like, oh, you're bringing him back again. But yeah, people should go and check it out. Like I said, it finished last month. Should be in hardback in the next 6 months or so. Get it on digital probably straight away.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, we're real knackered and we want to watch Stranger Things. So I've been Doug.
I've been Danny.
Read more comics.